Ladies and gentlemen, sadly, I have to start this morning with condolences to the families of the 10 wonderful youth who died a few days ago in the south of Israel. The death of these dedicated young people who were preparing themselves for service in the military is a terrible tragedy. Dear friends, a few days ago, Israel remembered its fallen and then celebrated its 70th Independence Day. As son of a Holocaust survivor, as a former paratrooper and officer in the IDF, and as Minister of Intelligence and Transportation, I take great pride in our achievement in both the security and civilian fields. We have realized the Zionist vision of Moses and Herzl and returned to the land that my parents longed for and that a generation of Jews prayed for and never forgot. We built a strong and modern state, which is recognized today as a global center of innovation and excellence. And 51 years ago, we also liberated and united Jerusalem, the eternal capital of the Jewish people, which was recognized by the United States as the capital of Israel. And thanks to President Trump's brave and just decision, the American embassy will move there in the coming days. And we hope to see President Donald Trump celebrating with us in Jerusalem. In order to make the celebration even happier, I would like to ask our great friend, President Trump, to give the Israeli public one more present and to allow Jonathan Pollard to come to Israel and celebrate with us in Jerusalem. But we also continue to face threats, and today Iran presents the biggest threat to Israel and the region. The developments on the North Korean issue in recent days may show that President Trump's tough policy doctrine, which combines sanctions and the willingness to use force, is paying off, and we hope that it will succeed. It seems that when it comes to determine dictatorships, the tough approach is much more effective than engagement and compromise. This lesson must be kept in mind as we approach the 12th of May, when President Trump will decide whether to withdraw from the nuclear agreement with Iran and whether to renew the waiver of sanctions against Iran. The government of Israel has been very clear in saying that the agreement is flawed and should be fundamentally amended or cancelled. No agreement with tough sanctions is better than a bad agreement. The international community must support the tough stance which President Trump has adopted on the Iran nuclear issue. Now is the time to take the coalition that defeated ISIS and to build an international Western Arab front against Iran on the nuclear issue and on the regional issue. a coalition that will confront Iran and its proxies politically, economically, and if necessary, also militarily. Israel will be there anyway. We have to remember that Iran is sensitive to pressure. The threat of a possible American attack made Iran stop its nuclear weapons program in 2003, and tough sanctions brought it to the negotiation with the two, which led to the nuclear agreement in 2015. But the mistake the West made then was to sign a bad agreement too soon. Iran may behave today like an empire, but it is not. As they say in Persian, and I will read it in Persian, Poze holi, jibe holi. Poze holi, jibe holi. And in English, they speak as if they were rich, but their pockets are empty. Its economy still weak, and new sanctions could cause it to collapse. Its public is not willing to pay the price for the regime's regional policies and spending on Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and Gaza. It wants to base itself in Syria, but it's still military weak there. It built the infrastructure for Hezbollah in Lebanon as a proxy against Israel, but is deterred from using it because they know very well the price that Lebanon will pay. The Russians also are not keen to see Iranian seaports and airports in Syria, and in any case will not be able to help Iran in their economy if will collapse. So there is an opportunity now to push Iran back on the nuclear issue and on the regional issue. The two issues are connected, and both depend on the ability of the international community to unite around a clear and strong policy. Europe must support the policy that President Trump is leading against Iran to fix or nix the nuclear agreement and must not be the weak link in the coalition. The Iranians have been counting for years on internal divisions and disagreements in the West, and we must not allow them to use them again. The Europeans must understand that putting heavy pressure on Iran today can prevent violence and even war tomorrow. In any case, Israel, for its part, is determined to do all it can to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapon capability and from basing itself militarily in Syria, and will continue to enforce its red line. This is the time to stop Iran. It's necessary and it's possible. Thank you very much.